Hello, my Cancer Collective, finding yourselves on a twin flame journey. This reading is for you. With this reading, I'm taking a closer look at what Spirit wants you to be aware of, anything that you need to know that will be helpful for you on your journey during the month of September. This reading is specifically for the twin flames. If you've been drawn to this reading and you're not sure whether you're on a twin flame journey or not, or you're not on a twin flame journey and you just feel drawn to the reading, then trust your guides. Perhaps there's something here for you, but I am specifically channeling for my twin flames who have Cancer in their chart, finding themselves on this spiritual awakening in relation to their divine counterpart. Okay, if you are new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif. I am a spiritual healer, psychic medium, and spiritual life coach. I channel my readings, so everything I say to you in this reading, from the moment that I begin until I finish, is me channeling. Nothing that I say is my personal opinion, or even when reading the cards, I interpret the cards, but I do pay attention to the message that Spirit wants to bring through with using the cards as well. So I always ask that you take a few deep breaths and settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through the reading. It is a general collective reading. It is to be expected that not everything fits, and that you need to use and trust your intuition with this reading. What is meant for you and what is not, and how it can serve your highest good, your greatest good on your journey. Okay, so you've entered a sacred space. I always start my readings with a meditation in which I open a channel for remote healing for my subscribers in the area of love and relationship with yourself, and how love shows up in every other area of your life. Okay, so if you've not yet clicked the subscribe button, go ahead and do that if you'd like to take advantage of the remote energy healing. Let me think, what else is there? I just wanted to make note of the fact that there is obviously an issue with scammers scamming people, pretending to be YouTube readers and the readers that you like, and offering readings and stuff like that, and then scamming you, taking your money, and then obviously not being a reader or not being the reader that you have connected with. I would hate for that to happen to my followers. So if you're interested in a personal reading with me, or to sign up for my life coaching, my email is in the description box below. I only take bookings via my email address. It's info@evolvewithelif.co.za. I don't take any bookings via my social media. I will not reach out to you in the comments to offer you readings. I am thinking of doing some donation basis readings for my viewers who can't afford to have readings done and so forth, but I will make a post here, and I will obviously include the information for that in I'll try and include it in my description box moving forward as well, but I'll make a public notification of those, so I won't be reaching out to you via WhatsApp. I mean, how would I even get hold of your WhatsApp? Or via your Gmail account, and I don't take any bookings via my social media. So just in case, some people take your pictures online and they open accounts and pretend to be you, so I won't be doing that. Okay, only via my email address, and you will find that in the description box below, because I would hate for you to be scammed. All right, now Cancer, let's take a look. Let's get right into this. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look at what's happening with your person. This last full moon that we've had has really been, it's done the most. It's really taken a lot out of a lot of people, brought a lot of stuff up. If you're feeling fragile, understand that you are not the only one. I just feel it in everybody's energy. Okay. For my twin flames with Cancer in your chart, let's take a look at what's happening with your person. You are what's happening with your person. You are at the forefront of their mind. You are the thing that holds most of their energy, whether they let you know this or not. Cancer, if you've had another person in your life, a third party, someone that presented competition for your divine masculine, this has been something that's bothered them, but something might have recently happened where they received information or some indication that you and this person are no longer as big a thing as they thought you might have been, or no longer an item. Perhaps there's a breakup, or perhaps you've let this other person go. And it's also possible that they think that you've moved on and maybe you haven't. But Spirit wants you to know that this is something that they've given a lot of energy to, and that might have caused some blockage in the past. Is this other person that they either think you have in your life and you don't actually have someone else in your life, but they believe that you do, or that you have had in your life and they were certain about it, but perhaps the person was not as significant as they were in your divine masculine's mind. Because of this person, they've really, really felt the loss of this connection. They felt like it was over. They felt like they'd lost the opportunity, like you had moved on with somebody else, like you had somebody else in your life. And they felt that them pursuing you or making any sort of efforts towards you would just be a huge gamble and a huge risk which they just couldn't afford to take. What you might not know is that this caused your person a lot of depression, anxiety, and sadness, and could be the reason why they said and did certain things. Why they said hurtful things to you, things that you've still thought about. Why they said and did things that seemed so cold, perhaps. What you need to know is that this person has a lot of passion towards you and that they feel a deep love for you. Right, so guys, when I refer to your divine masculine, I am not referring to the gender in the dynamic. I'm referring to the energy that your person embodies. The divine masculine is the negative polarity on the twin flame journey and in the twin flame connection. The twin flame journey is a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual awakening of one soul that has incarnated into two bodies with two minds. Two separate people. One shows up as the positive polarity and the other one shows up as the negative polarity. The positive polarity, which is highly likely you, is the one that is experiencing this awakening on a conscious level. You're experiencing it to be extremely you're experiencing it from a very intuitive perspective, whereas your person is logic and rational about everything. The divine masculine also tends to be the one that's a lot more in their ego. They are symbolic of your alter ego. So where we have the tendency to judge them, to make them right or wrong in a situation, they actually represent a part of ourselves. They guide us inward. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what Spirit wants you to know about your journey, your twin flame dynamic during the month of September. Okay. Dissatisfied. You are dissatisfied. You feel like you've been working and working. You've been working in a particular direction. You've been making certain investments so that you can find yourself obtaining stability, either in this connection perhaps, or elsewhere, and you just find yourself being so dissatisfied, know that your person is in the same boat. They are dissatisfied. It might be about other things, but they are dissatisfied. Take the roles as they fit, okay? The reason why there is this sense of dissatisfaction, feeling like things should be different, feeling like there should be more joy, you should be able to feel more appreciation and satisfaction with your life, your relationship with yourself, and your relationships, is not wrong. You are right. You should be at that place. But the reason why you are not is because you keep shifting your focus from the knowing that your satisfaction has to come from and can only come from your relationship with yourself, your inner stability, you making your purpose, your goals, your dreams, what matters to you, your relationship with yourself, the things that set you alight, a priority. Not trying to find your satisfaction, your sense of ease, your joy, your bliss outside of yourself. Not reaching for it in the relationship or in somebody else. Not trying to find evidence of it outside of yourself. It can only be obtained within. That is why you are constantly met with this dissatisfaction. You guys have entered and embarked upon this divine process. Not only now, it was in the past. It's brought you to where you are now, where you are going through a process of having your thoughts, your beliefs, your perspective around whatever you perceive to be reality cleansed. You will find yourself in a position where your beliefs and your perception is challenged. This can be very uncomfortable, but understand that this is a divinely guided process and it serves your greatest good. There is a strong desire to overcome whatever blocks this connection, not only with you, for your person as well, Cancer. There is a knowing that the only way to do this is to focus on what is real on a spiritual level, what the soul knows to be truth, and not what your ego perceives to be your reality. There is a difference. And making the distinction when it comes to that difference is important. Now, there has been a lot of isolation in the sense of, I only have the capacity to deal with myself right now. This could be you and your person, and this could be more you than your person, or vice versa. But it is an energy that is present for both of you. And the decision has been made, so it might have been that you guys had pulled away from one another before embarking on this journey that is being guided by your guides and your keepers, where your beliefs and your perspective is being cleansed. I see that somebody's been single here, but even if both of you are not single, and that one of you might be in a situation with someone, this person's not, whoever's been in the situation with someone has not been present in that relationship, shows up as single as well. There's been a lot of conversation with Spirit and Source about this connection. And I see that during the month of September, there is moving out of this energy. Spirit is saying that this has had to happen. You guys had to be forced into this isolation because you were just refusing, too stubborn to take a step back and to really look at things before judging them. There was still this tendency to automatically go to old beliefs, old fears, old ideas about relationship, and then projecting it onto this connection. Codependence has been a serious issue in your connection. Codependence is not always just some people think codependence is just like, I need this person for something, so I'm here. So I need this person because I feel like I need their love, or I'm here because I need the financial stability that they bring, or I'm here because of how this relationship gives me a sense of status, and without it, I'm just going to feel like I'm nothing. Codependency is on its deepest levels, it shows up as, I have you in my life. I've chosen you to be my partner in relationship because I expect you to complete me. I expect you to fill the spaces within myself that I know are there, but I don't know how to fill them. So I expect you to love those spaces into wholeness. So you basically make the other person responsible for your sense of completion, your sense of fulfillment, your happiness. And you set that person up for failure because they can never ever they can't do that for you. They cannot do that for you. It is like, it is as if you are expecting somebody else to breathe for you. You need to trust in your innate ability to do that, your soul's capacity to keep your body going, and to manage the parts of your brain that keep certain functions going even when you're not paying attention to them. There are some things that only you can do for yourself, that you've come here to do for yourself, and if others try to do it for you, you will end up resenting them because they then become another reason why you have not stepped into your own personal power. And that is what this is about. But somebody's coming out of the hermit mode here. Somebody's had some deep delving into themselves from a spiritual perspective, and has felt as though they only had the capacity to deal with themselves because of the sense of being overwhelmed. But coming out of that energy now, and possibly moving towards you. Okay. Let me just see what else there is here before I continue. So of course, if there is no third party situation here, then as I said, perhaps your person it was just in their minds, or somebody told them that you're seeing other people or you're seeing somebody else. Perhaps they saw something on social media, or it's just, but that's something that they had the inclination to believe. Let's see, I just want to clarify some of this. As I said, I'm seeing that there is an energy of wanting to come out of isolation, wanting to maybe move towards this connection once again. But let's see what Spirit says. Spirit is saying that you might feel the urge to suddenly emerge from your short period of isolation, of going inward and wanting to move towards your person in this connection, or they might feel that way about you. Maybe they've now realized that there is no other person, and now suddenly they feel like they want to come rushing in, or they just feel because of this being so overwhelming for you or for your person, and maybe the both of you, doing the shadow work, going inward, can be very overwhelming. And it could just be the ego's tendency to want distraction, or to just want a sense of comfort, just want to know, are you still there? So your person could be coming towards you, and I see that they are during the month of September, but Spirit is giving a warning. The time is not yet right for you guys. This is not to say that you must reject this person and be nasty to them or cold, but you need to acknowledge that you guys might not be ready for what it is that you ultimately want. And from a place of just being aware, and from a loving place, to just sort of draw a line, and say, I think that it's great that we both want to move forward, but to acknowledge that we both deserve more time. So to just be gentle with one another and take it easy. And perhaps let's just start by being there for one another in whichever capacity we can as friends. And then to give it the space to grow and become what it needs to become. Because Spirit is showing me that there is still work that needs to be done. There is still some things that needs to be healed. There is still some things need a little more time. That's what Spirit is saying to me. And it could be you, it could be both you and your person, because it is a twin flame journey. So there is always a mirroring that goes on. You might be more aware of it than them, or they might be more aware of it than you. It doesn't really matter. And the reason why this is happening is because Spirit is saying that this new understanding and this newfound perspective or perception of love needs time to be nurtured and to grow. It needs to be treated as such. So for example, if you have a baby, if you have a teenager come into your life, you know that they've already learned certain things. There are certain activities you can do with them, and there's certain things you can expect from them. But if you have the same expectation from a toddler, then you're a fool. And if you have the same expectation from an infant, then you're a fool, because an infant cannot just get up and walk and go and make a cup of tea for themselves or make themselves something to eat. You need to understand that there are certain things that infant needs time to learn, and you support that process, and you're happy to teach, and you're happy to be patient enough to witness, and you're okay that some things are just not going to happen until it's time for them to happen, but you don't have the expectation. You're present with that infant in the capacity that they are, and you find it to be beautiful. You're not rushing for them to suddenly wake up tomorrow and be teenagers. You really appreciate them in that infancy stage. Can you do the same for your relationship? Because that's what is required. So there is this desire from both of you, and this knowing that reconciliation and reunion is something that you both want, because you both know and understand this is a deep soul connection, okay? But you both understand intuitively that you need to get comfortable with being single by yourself, which comes back to this Nine of Pentacles that I said is the blocking. That this Nine of Pentacles is upside down, because this is what your focus should be. The Nine of Pentacles represents a person that is single, independent. They are satisfied with the life that they've built. They don't need anybody to come and add anything to it. They're not afraid that anybody's going to take away from it. They feel abundant and blessed and successful in every area of their life, and it's independent of anybody else. And that is the thing that is still causing a blockage for the two of you to come together into union. You have to be okay with being single, with releasing the past, and with you just being enough so that you can move forward towards what it is you want. But I definitely see that your person is wanting to take the leap of faith towards you. They're wanting to take the leap of faith towards you, but they're still lacking a little bit of confidence, and it is definitely what they're picking up energetically. So if your person does come towards you, please remember the analogy that I've made about the infant. You've got to see the relationship with them like that. You've got to appreciate it in its infancy, because this person is not feeling very self-assured. They're not feeling very confident. They know what it is they want, but they're not confident that they have what it takes to build that. And yet they're still feeling the strong urge to come towards you. Both of you are worried that you're afraid that you won't be able to manifest what you want in love and the relationship that you want with one another, because of a tower moment that you had, because of things falling apart, because of this relationship bringing up things that really shocked you. And for some reason, you're not yet fully able to believe that it was for the best. You still have the tendency from time to time to just credit this tower, this destruction of your relationship, to the other person. You don't see how both of you have a role to play and how it's actually here to serve you. Not fully, not completely so. As I said, your person wants to take a leap of faith. Both of you would really, really like to do that. But for some reason, there is this awareness that you guys are not yet ready, because you don't know whether this is worth investing in. And your person wants to communicate with you. You also want to communicate with them. But because of this very reason, communication is a bit blocked. And it's because there is uncertainty about whether or not this is worth it. Whether or not this is what your soul tells you it is, or whether it is what your mind tells you it is, which is pulling you in different directions. So you've got to go back here. You've got to go back to working on your 9 pentacles. You've got to go back there. You've got to find satisfaction in your life, in every area of your life, without this person. You've got to find satisfaction, joy, happiness, ease, fulfillment without them, so that you can finally accept the truth that they are not responsible for your happiness, that it is not, that they didn't hold the key to your happiness ever. You hold the key to your happiness and your fulfillment. They hold the key to their happiness and their fulfillment. This is what the two of you have come to teach one another on this journey. Okay, Cancer, that's your reading, your twin flame reading for the month of September. It's very possible that your person will come towards you for some of you. Please remember the analogy that I made about the infant. Be kind, be gentle, guys. We don't look at an infant and say, you stupid thing. You're so privileged to be in this life. Why don't you get up and run around and play and make the most of it? Why do you expect us to feed you? Can't you make your own food? We don't do that. We know and we understand that infant needs our love and care and our support, and needs us to help others take care of them until they mature. Now, don't take what I'm saying or my analogy wrong. You are nobody's babysitter or nobody's mother. We're talking about adults here, of course. I mean, emotionally, from a relationship perspective. Treat the relationship in that way. The relationship needs a little bit of extra tolerance, consideration. Appreciate it in its infancy stage, and understand that you can't expect from a relationship that is in the stage of infancy for it to behave like an old married couple, or like a couple that has been together for a good couple of years, that it doesn't have the basis of the relationships that 10-20 year relationship has, you know. So we've got to be rational about our expectations in relationships, and definitely not put up with any toxic behavior or traits, but first and foremost, not from ourselves. Okay, love and light to you guys, and I hope that this helps you on your journey. Do what is best for you always. Trust your intuition, you know best. Love and light to you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.